Well, yeah, they're actually saying that the fight was fixed. There are moments where Mike could have swung and he didn't. There's moments that Jake could have swung and he didn't. It was a little weird. And, Jake Paul even says, I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt when they asked him, why didn't you knock him out? I don't know. Do you think Jake Paul could have knocked him out?
Absolutely.
But he didn't. So you think he purposely didn't knock him out?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the fight's fixed.
Isn't it a little
fixed? I think
fixed?
Jake's team.
Isn't it a little fixed?
No.
If you don't?
No, fixed would be the result and the outcome.
Okay.
And
if
I'm
he would have
not
lost, it'd be fixed.
For me, the outcome isn't a knockout. The outcome is a win or loss. So I think Jake and his team does an amazing job of scouting the person he's going to fight to know well ahead of time, based on Jake's talent, based on his age, based on his current training, he's going to beat this person. Now, the knockout was, I think, something that Jake definitely held back on. Of course, again, you're taking all type of, this was as one of the broadcasters said, it was a win-lose for Jake, right? If you win the fight.
You beat an old man.
Yeah, you beat an old man. Now, if you fucking knock out and put him in a coma, like Mike Tyson, we hate you. We don't want to see you again.
Well, that happened to Trevor Berbick.
Yeah.
The final fight with Muhammad Ali, he ended up brutalizing Ali. And by that time, Ali was full-blown Parkinson's. He was talking slowly. His interview sounded absolutely awful. There was no reason why Ali needed to even get in that ring. I mean, I'm sure he needed the money, which is why he did it, but he shouldn't have gotten in that ring. He probably could have had a more fulfilling life after boxing if he didn't do that fight, because he got brutalized by Berbick. Everybody hated him. In fact, Mike Tyson's first belt came from beating up Berbick. And Mike said he hated this guy because Ali was his hero. And Ali even whispered in his ear, yeah, kill that guy for me. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I interviewed Larry Holmes, he fought Berbick also. And I talked about how Berbick got killed because he's Jamaican. He got beat to death by his nephew with a steel pipe over some money owed or something. And, Larry Holmes, who was a church-going family man, said, good, God don't like ugly. He deserved that. Berbick ended up getting murdered by his own nephew at 52 years old some years later.
I don't feel bad for him. God don't like ugly. You do ugly to people, it'll come back to you. God don't like ugly. And he was ugly. He beat anybody. He beat his daughter. Let me forget about that guy because this is so tragic. And his soul is resting. I don't know in peace or not, but it's resting.
Wow. That's how much people hated Berbick. So my point is, if Jake Paul had brutalized Mike Tyson in that ring,
it'd be bad.
It'd be bad.
Yeah, and he's a smart guy. Let me tell you this. I think they did a great job to sell it, especially during the first couple rounds. Mike looked pretty decent in the first round.
It looked like he might actually knock out Jake Paul. Remember Jake flinched like really badly when Tyson was about to hit him? I'm like, oh shit, he's actually scared of him. Okay.
Hey, for better or for worse, and I know people, like this raw, brutalistic aspect of boxing, but Jake also knows what's good for marketing, what's good for the sport, and what's good for the storyline. Okay? Let's be honest. These guys didn't have beef before. Jake Paul was spoken of highly by Mike Tyson. They were actually friends. Of course, you got to create this adversarial atmosphere because you're fighting. There's no real beef there. We all just wanted to hear Mike saying, yo, I'm the greatest ever. No one could conquer, remember that whole speech.
I'll eat your kids.
Yeah. We wanted to hear that. And I think Jake realized this was kind of a little bit like wrestling. I got to be the bad guy to make people root for him. That's what's because I'm pretty sure Netflix is looking at the return and saying, yo, Jake, if you could cook up another one of these, we'll give you $60 million next time.
Right.
But who are you going to go at now? Right? And there was a little bit of boxing and wrestling. The fight is still real, but you're not there to just brutalize and kill somebody. You're there, even in the last moments, the bow.
Yeah, he bowed, yeah.
I think Jake is a master for that. And by the way, I think Tyson respected how much he didn't look crazy. This is still a 50-year-old guy he was throwing some punches too.
He went all 8 rounds. He never got knocked down. He got a few punches in, not a lot.
No one got bloody.
Yeah, no one got bloodied.
That's important. Okay, both of them could talk on a press conference afterwards.
Right.
And also, I think for anybody who feels like really disappointed, we wanted to see Mike in the ring again. Even when I see Floyd these days, I'm not looking at, like, I just want to see, you probably missed him during his heyday. You wanted to see the guy. Come on. So, hey, listen, I'm okay with how it went. I think it's a little bit boxing mixed with wrestling. I don't think it's fixed. But, of course, did he hold back a little bit like, I'm not going to knock him out? Of course.